Uh, Good afternoon, everyone present here in this conference room. With the permission of the chair, I would like to just, it's mainly going to be repetition of whatever the earlier speakers have said. Basically, I'll dwell upon the uh, new provisions made in BNS and BNSS and DCP crime. He'll dwell upon other part of it. Uh, Next one. Next. Next. Uh, Bharati Nyaya Sanhita 2023, as other speakers have told, all the offences which were earlier scattered all over Indian Penal Code, it has been consolidated under Chapter 5, and there's one subsection for children. So then again, offences against children have been given precedence over other offences. Implemented additional reforms aimed at deterring such offences and imposing stricter penalties. Section 93 to 99 covers all the offences, covers offences against children. In IPC earlier, different nomenclatures were used, like minor, girl, child, adolescent, etc. were used, but in BNS, there's neutral, gender neutral term child is used as defined under section 2.3. The definition is simple: any person below the age of 18 years. Next. Section 65 BNS, punishment for rape in certain cases. Commits offense is anybody who commits rape on a woman under 16 years of age. Here, normally we call then penalty is not less than 20 years, and which may extend to imprisonment for life, and which means remainder for the remainder of the person's natural life. A section is cognizable, non-bailable, and trial by session court. Next. Section 70.2, gang rape. Earlier, IPC under section 376 DA, if women or girl was below 16 years of age, then it was considered gang rape. But for this, for BNS, the age has been changed to 18 years. Next, 70.2. पीछे पीछे जाइए, पीछे जाइए. Yeah. Punishment is same as earlier. Classification is again cognizable, non-bailable, and trial by court of session. Next, 93. This is exposure and abandonment of child under 12 years of age. Offense is, somebody who intentionally exposes or leaves a child under 12 years of 12 years in a place with intent to abandon him. Punishment is 7 years. And this, there's an explanation in the section which says section does not prevent the prosecution for murder, or suppose exposure a child dies, that there'll be another trial for murder or culpable homicide, whichever is required. Classification is again cognizable, bailable, trial by magistrate of first class. Next is section 95 BNS. It's basically that begging act, hiring, employing, or engaging a child to commit an offense. Imprisonment shall not be less than 3 years, but it may extend to 10 years and with fine. And if offense is committed by that child, then whatever is offense provided provided for that offense will be it will be attracted. It will be attracted. It will be considered that the person has committed the offense himself. But here there is a catch. If that offense is suppose less than it's my petty offense, which is 1 month, or say theft for things costing less than 5,000. It's just one month punishment. Then what will happen? So actually, I feel this section, this is a new section. Actually, it should be then 3 plus whatever is that offense, but it is not clear. But because in annex schedule 1, they have given it separate this thing. So that has to be clarified by this thing. Next, 96 BNS, procurement of child. Whoever by any means, whatsoever induces any child to go from any place or do any act with intent that such child will be forced or seduced to illicit intercourse with another person. Motive is, again, the child is forced or seduced to illicit intercourse. Penalty is same 10 years, and classification is similar. There is a slight change. In earlier IPC, there was section 366A, which meant only procuration of minor girl. Here it is a gender neutral. Even boy can be victim here. Section 97 again, offense of kidnapping or abducting a child under age of 10 years. Offense is again kidnapping of a child under 10 years old. Motive, intention to dishonestly take any movable property from the child. It's like whatever property the child may be having, in possessing, that intention is to take that. Penalties again up to 7 years, cognizable, non-bailable, and trial by magistrate of first class. Next is section 98 BNS, offense of selling child for purpose of prostitution, etc. This is again similar to what it was there, but it's again trial by court of session. Next. '99. Offense, the law criminalizes anyone who buys, hires, or otherwise obtains possession of any child below the age of 18 years for the specified purpose. Punishment is again imprisonment for a term not less than 7 years, which may extend to 14 years, and fine. Again, cognizable, non-bailable, and trial by court of session. Now, welcome to the provisions, special provisions in Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Desi. Section 193(2), which other speakers have dwelt upon, it mandates that the completion of investigation into sexual offences against children within 2 months from the date of recording of information. And that is when FIR is lodged by the police station in charge. It's applicable to offences under BNS, section 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 70, and 71. Section 69 is missing. There is a new section in BNS, which is sexual intercourse by deceitful means. Live-in relation वाले जो होते हैं वो वाले हैं इसमें. That is excluded from this. Next is POCSO. 4 sections of POCSO, that is 4, 6, 8, and 10. Only this section 193.2 applies only to these two. Again, the next, just go back. Yeah. The same process is that investigation officer must complete the investigation and submit a police report to the magistrate within that time frame of 60 days. And then there is a section 183 in BNSS, which says statements of child victims are to be recorded in a child-friendly manner. Now it depends on the in that provision is that it should be recorded by women. AV facilities should be provided on. Those things will be clarified later. And as per Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, competency of child witnesses under section 124 of VSA states that any person, including a child, specifically it says including a child, can testify unless the court believes that they are unable to understand the questions or provide rational answers by tender years or extreme old age or disease. So this section makes the process of evaluating child testimony more inclusive. And again, it mentions that courtroom facilities, courts are directed to provide safe waiting areas, arrangements for child care, and the options for vulnerable witnesses to testify from a different location to minimize the stress. Now I would request DCP Crime, Pankaj, to take it from here.